Oh, wait, I should change my background. Hold on.
I like how Shoda nickname is VR is dead, and when he logged in, it said to me VR is dead. Entered the room. I was like, yeah, yes. Now we're ready. I'm like, this is my guy. All right, how are you? How are you? Are we rolling? Shoda, are we rolling? Are we recording already? Are we recording? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Always rolling. Everything's recording. Everything is watching.
My microphone didn't record, so enjoy what I have to say in the voice of
Microsoft spam.
Okay, now we sound like meta.
Oh.
But how are you doing, Brett? How's life?
Good. I don't know. Oh, I feel. I
What's
guess
in the
they were
bag?
like talk. Oh, nice bag. Look at that. Oh, it's got a little bee on it. Oh, that's so adorable.
Whiskey.
Whiskey?
Whiskey.
What?
Whiskey.
Okay.
We're very professional here. We don't get drunk.
Absolutely,
Whiskey.
100%. Listen. It's the most professional podcast
Whiskey.
about XR you've ever. What the hell is that show? What is going on? I mean, listen, we have hard topics to discuss today, okay? But not that hard,
How
right?
many whiskeys is in my bag?
Okay, yeah, Brett, continue, please.
No, yeah.
You're chilling.
It's still pretty chill. Actually, I feel like more relaxed. I mean, we're gonna talk about the topic later today, but that great reset everyone's calling it feels pretty good.
Feels good. Feels good.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, it's like you said in your little clip that kind of went wild. It's like no one wants people to get fired, of course, but there's just always, yeah.
But I didn't even feel like saying that because it should be obvious for everyone. Okay,
Yeah,
like come on.
yeah. Give me a
Look,
break.
I'm not laughing at people getting fired. I'm freaking laughing at Zuck.
Yeah.
Not at people getting fired, of course.
Burning so much money for really what? Like, that's just for this. I don't know.
Yeah. But anyway, as a professional podcast, okay, listen, we are professionals here. So I have prepared some topics for today. We can expand, but Shodah, you'll need in the post production, you need to add like some news style music. And today in the podcast we'll have CES recap, Meta Meltdown, Lucros Meltdowns, Team Frame Price, and Lynx R2 coming up.
That's crazy.
Wow. Oh my god. And Shodah is unboxing his man, that's a proper unboxing, okay? Not like a VR headset or something. That's an unboxing.
21 bottles of whiskey.
Can you explain the lure, like what happened in the background? Why you have 21 bottles of whiskey in your bag next to your shed?
They're all Christmas presents from family.
Oh wow.
Family loves him. you
Everyone
see.
in the family got me the same.
They know him really well.
Yeah, they're like, you work in the VR industry, you're gonna need this.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Okay. All right. So, let me check one thing very quickly. Let me turn, and then we can continue. Okay. Wait.
Hamburger.
Hamburger? What?
OBS lied to me.
Oh my God, what is going on there? X seems to be a little bit broken lately. I don't know what's happening with X.
Ah man.
I'm not
So I
enjoying
know.
it.
Yeah, they've been changing a lot of stuff around.
Yeah.
I got flagged for suicide and self-harm.
Ah!
Can't post for 8 hours.
Jesus Christ. Wait. Let me check.
Huh. What do you do? What post was it?
I don't know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
There's nothing really.
It must have been like automated, like enough people were getting mad at you and they just yeah.
About the Luke Ross mod.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
are we starting? All right, listen. No problemo. Let's start with the Luke Ross mode.
Yeah.
So,
Can I just say something? It is satire. What I said. I've not got a loader where you can download it, okay? It's big bands.
but I have to say, I am amazed by some people's entitlement. Like, I don't understand what the hell is wrong. Okay, that's just my opinion. Yeah, maybe Brad, you have a different one, but my opinion is if you make a mod, okay, you can make any mod you want and even probably distribute it. If it's free, no problem. But if you wait, what's happening? Okay, but if you make shit ton of money out of that mod, okay? Let me repeat it. Shit lot of money if you make shit lot of money out of that mod based on someone else's game, and that game comes to you and says, hey, maybe you should probably make it free, then you can keep it, but if you don't make it free, we'll probably don't allow that. And you object. You deserve all the hate came to your direction, your way. Like literally, come on, it's common sense. Am I alone thinking that, or am I not alone? Can you guys tell me?
I mean, it's like it was like a PR layup for. I mean, it's really funny because I think like both sides were trying to do PR to try to get more people on their side, but there's a way obvious down to earth clear winner in this situation because yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like even like without the whole mod itself, I know every time Luke Ross, I don't know anything like I don't know anything about
I have no
him.
idea. Yeah, exactly. Me
Yeah, yeah.
neither.
But like just from the outside looking in, like every time he does do a big game that adds to his mod, which I guess covers a variety of games, he makes sure to advertise that huge game title and like kind of allow people to I guess profit on that game's success or value to the gaming community. Even that alone is like that's like almost similar to, let's say you run a company and you want to just make a product and you just put the CD Project Red logo on your product without asking them. In a way, that's kind of similar in a way. I know they're trying to like say, yeah, our mods like doesn't tap directly into it or whatever, but I don't know.
But
It didn't.
you make money out of the
Yeah.
mod, which other companies' game is asking you not to do, still
Mhm.
saying you can keep it, but just make it free. And
Yeah.
by the way, man, you made already a shitload of money. It's not like they cut you immediately. They let it run for what? How many? 2 years already? Or how old
Yeah.
is his mod? Like
It's
they were
wild.
closing eyes on that for a long time. They
Yeah.
allowed him to make all the money, and then they came to him and said, in my opinion, the right way to react was, hey guys, absolutely sure, fine, like thank you for
Yeah.
coming to me. By the way, I would love to work with you, and maybe we can make an official VR mod of your game. Boom.
Yeah.
Can you guys hire me to make the official VR mod? And they'll probably say, maybe yes. You never know. That would be amazing. That's a story to cover. Everybody happy. No,
Yeah.
instead he'll say, no, I will give it paid.
And
You know?
like the newest thing today on the whole story I just saw before hopping onto this
Oh,
was he's like now I guess upset because a lot of people have been, I
oh,
guess
I
there's been a
quoted that tweet.
huge,
I
oh yeah
quoted
yeah
that
yeah
tweet.
yeah the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
pirating of his
Yeah.
mod has skyrocketed a
Yeah.
ton.
Who is at
And
fault here? I'm sorry.
even Gabe Newell talking about how piracy is like a service problem, right? If you have
Karma is
the
bitch.
right, yeah, like it's sort of like that. So it's like, yeah, now you have a ton of people that are not even wanting to support you because you kind of did the wrong PR moves and yeah,
I have a
yeah.
more interesting question though.
Mhm.
Okay, we can dive deep, and actually we'll invite Jasmine, I think, or someone else. But how do you? Because Flat to VR does VR modes, right?
Mhm.
How do you think Flat to VR fits into that, in what
Right.
they're doing? And also, to me, I've used some of their mods and some of the stuff, but how do you think their business model is? Because, like, okay, first of all, what is an implication for Flat to VR of
Mhm.
what happened to Luke Ross, and what is the business model going forward for a company like Flat to VR? How do they gonna be earning money?
Yeah, because they actually try. I mean, just to preface for people who don't know them, they started basically as a Discord community of mods, but now they've kind of expanded to be like an actual company. So when you're an actual company trying to sell games, you have to go out to these companies and make licensing deals and get share a piece of the pie because you are obviously going to profit off of the work of the original game creator and then the stuff that you're adding to it. So it is kind of unfair if you're flat to VR and you're trying to actually do everything the official way and yeah, I don't want to speak for flat to VR, but they're probably thinking to themselves, finally, this sort of all the
I
work
agree.
we've put it into, and Luke Ross kind of just gets away with it without, yeah, that I mean, God, yeah, that's true. I think you're spot on here.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that they go to those publishers and they work together with those publishers. And I'm pretty sure if publishers, for example, I would assume that some publishers would want to give their game a second birth, and
Yeah.
they pay flat to VR to make the mod of the game, right? I would
Right.
assume so. I don't know.
That's what happened with Human Fall Flat. Someone made a VR mod for Human Fall Flat, and for those who don't know my brother, his creative designer for that game. And he saw the mod, but instead of discrediting him. Actually the studio approached him and said, hey look, we really like your mod. Do you want to make an official creation? It can work a few different ways. I wish more studios were more like that.
Like a pro. I mean, and by the way, to
Yeah.
me, even like Project Red, you know, they made a statement on Twitter. It all sounded to me that they were truly friendly to the guy, right? They reached out and say,
Yeah.
hey, you know, not cool anymore to monetize it, but if you make it free, we'll let it run. Again, there was such an opportunity. The hand was there. You just need to grab the hand and take it and do something great with it. And Luke decided not to, and now he's crying. Man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That-
Don't cry.
it almost like, I mean, it's different because they definitely are running things differently there to Flat to VR. But imagine if Flat to VR went to a studio and the studio said, no, we don't want you to do this. And like Flat to VR just did it anyway.
Yeah,
That
and
would be
monetized.
lawsuits up the yin yang, right? Sort of
Yes.
thing. So
Yes.
it's not too far off from that example, even though obviously the integrations are quite different.
No, but if you read comments below, look, like he made a lot of money. Okay, let's be clear. He made a lot of money. I don't, you know, I'm all for people making good things and making money, but there is a limit and there is a fine line. And
Right.
the fine line is if someone, the owner of the IP or creator of the game asks you kindly to like not stop making that money out of their work, kind of, you should respect that and then not expect that the community will. You know, many people. The best comments were like, "Oh, I didn't even realize I'm patroning the Luke Ross anymore," and I'm like, "Yeah, exactly. Like the guy was making money, a lot of money."
This is not the first time either, right? Wasn't there another big game that got like did a whole cease and desist with him? Was it GTA?
Oh, GTA,
It was
right,
GTA.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
What I don't remember. Do you know what ended up happening? Like, did he stop supporting GTA in his mod, or like what
I don't know.
happened?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I
But-
suspect he probably got a very lengthy letter with lots of numbers on it saying we're going to take you to court.
Yeah, and honestly, rightfully so. Again, you know, when someone under my comments, someone commented like, "Oh, you Artur, you are now against modding the games. I didn't know it was so bad." I said, "Bro, no, you can mod whatever you want, but if you start profiting heavily from the mod you made on behalf of some other game, you should expect to, you know, be called out, and that's what what happens. Like literally, I don't know. It's
GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2, and Mafia.
GTA 5,
that's a lot.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
I don't blame them for stepping in there. That's like, it's free.
I don't ban them for stepping in there. It's like, what's
free?
this?
Yeah.
Free?
Yeah.
Did No. you make these games?
And
$5
the way
off.
what's happening with my persona and the way I've learned about this whole situation is I saw one comment of the person on Twitter, and that's how I, you know, immediately realized what's happening. I saw the person like, Luke Ross immediately came back to Twitter when it comes to money. So basically, he left Twitter for some time. Probably he announced that he's leaving Twitter. Then the moment it came about the money, he came back.
This 4-year-ago post, he was making 20.
This 4-year-old post. He was making $20,000 a month.
20K a month.
Oh
my God.
He made a lovely amount.
He made a lovely
exactly.
amount.
Like you, if okay, sorry. Let me rephrase everything I said before. If you're Luke Ross and you're making 20 grand a month for a year or two, you should shut up and listen to what Project Red tells you to do. Okay, literally, like shut up and don't complain. Yeah, stop complaining. Just be a nice person. That's it. Okay, that's that was my statement to Luke Ross. You can quote me on that one.
There's also just one more little thing, like I haven't been following it super closely, but I did like
Asterisk realizes the
read,
amount
like, all the
star.
replies to mostly the mainstream media covering this because it caught a lot of attention from like IGN and stuff. And yeah, I saw a lot of people replying like, "Oh, those annoying VR people are so entitled, blah 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 blah." So there's also that outwardly kind of Luke Ross can be sort of accidentally be seen as a representative or the VR gaming people, which if they're acting negative, that kind of sucks. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I listen. I agree. But he summoned the storm upon himself, and the storm has come to his summon. Hello, Mr. VR gamer dude.
Well, guys.
Welcome.
Hey,
Nice.
sorry for the voice here. I'm still recovering from the COVID, fluvid, whatever the
yeah.
hell you get at CES
Fluid.
this
Yeah.
year.
No problem. Listen.
Well,
Happens every
apologize
year,
for being late
everyone.
here. So.
I've got a solution for your voice. If you want to fly to England, we can share 21 bottles of whiskey.
There you go. You know, I think that might be the solution at this point.
I think 21 bottles of whiskey is basically a solution for everything. Like literally everything. The moment you
Absolutely.
consume that, it's done. Like you have no problems anymore. There's only one left. But listen. Okay. Anyway,
Hey,
nice
99
to have you
problems,
with
that
us.
ain't one.
Welcome. We already started, and the first topic we discussed was Luke Ross mode of Cyberpunk 2077. Have you caught this?
Yeah, I've been catching up. Like I said, I've been a little sick the last week, but I've been catching up a little bit on the drama there. And man, yeah, it's a little crazy what's going on with that. I mean, you know, all he had to do was make the mod free, and
exactly.
I'm
Boom.
I
He is the person
understand
just
that you
came
need
in.
to make money.
Exactly. And Shodah just said the number. Someone wrote that he was making 20 grand a month for several years. Like, can you imagine? Like, what? It's a lot of
He's
money.
nearly a millionaire from it.
Probably paid more than some of the developers at.
Yeah,
CD
it's okay,
Projekt.
but I mean, he's
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
definitely profitable. Okay, heavily profitable. Yeah, that's
look,
what I call a
look.
shitload of money.
Yeah, look, I've known Luke since like the beginning, since the early days. I mean, I remember talking to him on Reddit, like back in the DK2 day, like when he was originally making the first mods for GTA. And, you know, it's like, I think it just kind of spiraled out of control. And, you know, as a lot of these mods do as they get bigger, you know, and they get on the radar. And, you know, obviously people really had a desperate need to want to play these games. I mean, who doesn't want to be in GTA, in VR, in full
Absolutely,
VR? I mean,
fine,
now they've
yeah.
even taken it farther. You know, I was like the Cyberpunk mod, I was getting ready to hook it up all up with my simulator and do the driving mod, and you know, what would like put my catwalk next to the simulator, and then like get out of the car, walk through the. I was going to try to make it as immersive as possible, you know, and that makes it, you know, possible. But you can't charge for the mod if you're infringing on somebody else's IP. So.
Simple, exactly. Modding is amazing. Fine, do it. But if I was telling to the guys, like it looked to me the CD Projekt Red came in and said, "Hey, we're fine keeping it free and keeping it online. It's okay." He should have told them, "Guys, I would love to work with you on official mode." Simple, very simple, and suddenly you have a fantastic partnership if they agree, right? Instead he said no. I mean, that is, okay.
Well, you know, and one thing I've been preaching for years is come on, guys, CD Projekt, hire these guys. Just bring them in internally and let them take your game and
let
make
them
it
cook.
VR.
Yeah.
Let them cook.
Let them cook. But they didn't. All right. So, Luke, hello if you're watching. Nice.
Love your work.
Lovely work. Well done. But you know, everything in life is the learning curve. So probably you learned something fantastic from that, and hopefully next time will be better. Okay, that was the first topic. The other topic I have on the list is this person, my buddy behind me. The meta meltdown.
Are you sat on his lap?
I'm absolutely sitting on his lap.
I was gonna say, it looks like you're sitting
day. On his lap. Listen, I don't deny. I don't confirm nor deny anything you just said. You have to guess. You have to guess. Yeah. You have to guess. We're best buddies with him. Yeah. So what is going on? Is VR dying? Or wait. Okay. I'm sorry. Forget about Mark for a second. Okay. Because I just saw that there is more interesting topic. Lynx R2 just came out yesterday. What?
Yeah.
I mean, but
wow.
I'm sorry. Just one thing here. Who are we to talk about Lynx R2? We are nobody. Okay, I can talk a little bit. I'm on the board of the company.
What?
I think this person here knows a little more about Lynx R2 than me. Okay, Stan. Hello, welcome to the
Hey,
podcast.
Stan.
I'm gonna put
Hello,
John
hello.
on there. That was great. I didn't even know that.
So I just brought you it. I just said to them, let's discuss Lynx R2, and you came just on time, man. It's magic. Magic. Technology is magic. So
Wait, weren't you gonna talk about Met? Never mind.
we can talk about that. Listen, my best buddy is still waiting, but he has to listen about Lynx first, and then we can talk about him. But Stan, tell us, you are still in San Francisco. You just presented Lynx R2 on SPIE. How does it feel? What is the? Tell us more.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me, guys. Very good to see you all. It's very exciting. I mean, you could felt the latent demand for this class of products, really. That is, something between Quest 3 and the Vision Pro, something that is not as closed, that is a bit more opinionated on MR. I think it's interesting. I was very surprised by the overall positive attitude of the industry at large. I have still hundreds of messages to answer to, so we can tell that already that the impact for, like, the fact that we stopped doing the R1 to focus on the R2, I think in Insight was a great decision. It was a very hard one. It created a lot of frustration for very
And
good
expensive,
reasons, but
may I say?
very expensive. We can say that, you're right. But I think it's going to be extraordinary. What I'm excited for is the future-proof part of it. Like we design it in a way where if we want to add eye tracking in the future, or if we want to upgrade the display or the chip, it's going to be much more easier than the step we had between Lynx R1 and R2. So this product will live a long time, meaning that the upgrade will be, on the way in like 18 months to 2 years. And all that time buys my time, all this buys time for my team to focus on the new form factor, on something even more exciting in the future. So
NOS.
I'm really excited by how it will do on the market now. And we are, I'm in San Francisco now. That was fun. Champagne, cocktails, everyone saying,
Ooh,
patting on the back, saying that's great. But
nice.
Monday back at the factory, back back to work, because someone needs to actually build this, and but the optics certainly is exciting. I know you all guys also know Hypervision. I'm excited to bring a home for this lens, like to bring its first home. And it's, this is where you see where the real innovation lies. Sometimes it's in startups, that can do things that big tech cannot risk, especially with this design. But super excited, super tired. I'll see all of you later with units. I will love to have your feedback. The initial feedback is great. We don't have a lot of demos running because we're building those units as we speak, but it's there, man. It's finally here.
It's first of all, congrats on the presentation. Definitely. I, as much as you, I know how hard it is and was, and how bumpy the road is. I know you have to stay diplomatic. I can say that it's a huge mistake from Google to decide against putting the Android XR on Lynx R2. Well, listen, you stay completely. I say it. Yeah, they can blame me. But yeah, I think it's I think XR, because now I'm talking not like a board member of Lynx, but I'm talking about as a enthusiast. Okay, as someone who really cares about XR. I think XR market needs devices like this. Independent, brave, really innovative, beautiful looking, by the way. Love the design of the headset. Very clean, but especially innovative, And that is exactly what is needed. And not trying to close, to small silos. We see what happened to one silo here, and it's going to be unfolding in real time. Great timing, Stan. So I think first of all, congrats. I think still a bumpy road is ahead because the appetite from investors right now, on one side, there is an appetite for XR headsets. On the other side is very hard to find people who are not afraid to invest in XR. That's just like it's absolutely crazy. On one side, there's a demand for XR headsets like this, and on the other side, there's investors like, oh, I don't know. So yeah, it's nothing is easy, but in the end, the product is here, and that's what matters. So congrats once again.
Yeah, thanks. You're right about this dichotomy between the demand we see on the ground from, either consumer hobbyists or the people we
Businesses,
talk
yeah.
in various industries, and the actual financial market response to the value we bring is driving me totally insane.
Oh, you're not alone. Yeah. You're not alone.
But I think it's also correlated to the fiasco from Meta, that it's the pee in the pool problem. Like they ruin it for a lot of people, and for a lot of, like, for investors, you have to know that I mean, Archer, but they're usually external people to an industry that are just going to read one or two headlines.
Correct.
And
Unfortunately.
the first headlines you see when you look at this industry are disastrous. It's like 3D TV, or Pico projectors, or those things that didn't really took off. Even worse, because there is more than 100 billion now invested from Meta on that, and so I hate it here. But
that's why the dark background. Okay. So
yeah,
to keep it short, I know your time, because you have some important meetings as well. But to keep it short, let's do one question from each of our guests to you, Stan. Question answer. So I don't know, Brett, do you have any question to Stan?
I don't have any questions, but like the one thing, I was watching your SPIE talk, and like the cool thing I thought was you talked about how you're gonna be like supplying components basically for if people want to build their own open headset as well with the stuff that you guys are bringing. That kind of blew my mind, just genuinely. We haven't had anything like that since like the old Razer OSVR stuff. So
Oh wow.
that's just crazy to think
By the way,
about.
finally this year also, not sorry, Stan, not a plug, but this year we're going to be going through with VR1 the same thing. So you will be able to buy optical stack separately, the main board separately, the camera. So we'll be selling kits so that people can do whatever they want, to be honest, with that. But obviously they can also kind of build their VR1. It will never be as quality wise as it goes from factory, but they can tinker with it and maybe experiment. So yeah. All right, Shodah, do you have any question to
Thanks, Brad.
Mr. Stan?
I saw on your keynote that you support controllers.
It's so the 4 tracking cameras can track controllers. They can track hands, and this is in the demo as we have today. And also, I think I talked about it, that there is a new in-between class of controllers that we'll see, which are the rings. Qualcomm has been investing on that. Some startups are doing interesting things. It's working surprisingly well for some modalities of interaction, where hand tracking falls short, for example, precision. So yeah, we're tracking controllers, hands, and rings, and as I said, the cameras are also open for you to run your own custom algorithm on top of the pass-through cameras or the tracking cameras. The tracking cameras are upgraded compared to all the headsets you see on the market right now. The OmniVision sensor is much better ISP on board, much better performance of the sensor itself. So yeah, I'm genuinely excited. Quick anecdote: I saw yesterday the team that worked on the Steam frame tracking, controller tracking, and head tracking, and it was a very, very interesting discussion.
Wait, what hand tracking? Steam frame doesn't have hand tracking as far as I know.
No,
What the hell?
they don't have hand tracking.
Yeah, I was
They have
gonna say,
controller tracking and head tracking.
Oh, head tracking.
And
Sorry, yeah.
And the company that worked on that is world class, and yeah, there are interesting like things happening on the perception side of XR, and And
Stan, congrats. You, by the way, beat Steam Frame. You have hand tracking, they don't. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I'm just saying.
It's an amazing product.
I like Valve approach, but come on, man. It's like it's criminal not to put hand tracking on the headset in 2026.
I think they will.
Criminal.
No.
There is no reason on day one some nerd will bring
No,
up the
but
hand tracking.
come on. It's hand tracking is an essential part of the experience in 2020. You can't not do it. It's because hand tracking allows you the Vision Pro style of controls, which is, to be honest, one of the best ways to control spatial OS. Can I say that? And maybe you don't agree with me, guys, but I think it is one of the best ways.
Yeah.
So okay, Mr. Gamer Dude, do you have any question to Stan?
No, I don't really have a question, but I have a statement, and it kind of goes to both of you guys. Thank you so much for focusing on FOV. I'm so happy to see that we're finally not only getting the high resolution that we've been waiting for, the inky blacks, the color pop, but now we're finally getting out of the toilet paper tubes. And, as a sim gamer, I bought into Pimax really heavy in the beginning because of that wide FOV, but they never really got it right. It was just never, it was too distorted. And, I can't wait to see something in my simulator, flying, driving, that's going to give me some modicum of peripheral. And with you claiming the 40%, increase in FOV, that just spoke to me, so thank you for making that a focus on the new headset.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's awesome.
We live in an incredible time where both, like, it's not only about FOV but also the pixel per degree. We live in an incredible time where both the optics now and the displays are converging on something that is truly compelling, and you're going to see the displays not stopping, like the size of LCD we're using. You're going to see 3K by 3K, 4K by 4K in a very short time frame now, according to the partners we have on our products, and the price of them is getting ridiculous compared to what we pay today for 4K micro OLED, for example. So yeah, thanks for the optics, the optomechanical module. I would love to see us sell more optical module than actual headsets, meaning that other brands would use this hypervision.
I would add
module,
one
but
thing. One thing is FOV and pixel per degrees. To me, because every time you use VR and if you show someone VR, the most important metric, or one of the most important metric, FOV and then sweet spot. Because you can have whatever FOV you want, but if your sweet spot is small and you're going out of the sweet spot immediately and it's all blurry and whatever, that's not good enough. But I've seen a lot of hypervision optics and what they develop. The sweet spot of hypervision optics is unmatched. I have, like, Somnium VR1 has a big sweet spot, okay? One of the biggest on the market. Hypervision optics beats that. Like, that's, to me, that's like, wow, okay, you've got something. And yeah, hypervision optics is the next level thing. So I'm super excited. And I think that's one of the hidden gems of this headset, Stan. It's the way how it's designed, but also that it's the first headset bringing hypervision optics to reality, like from lab to actual product. That's exciting.
So some metric I can share with you is that when we talk about pancake lenses, a lot of people call this edge-to-edge clarity thing.
Yeah.
And what's interesting is that the PPD we have at the edge is the PPD we had at the center of Lynx R1.
Nice.
So
nice.
the upgrade is
nice. Yeah, it's insane. It's insane. Yeah. Even on the renders, you can see how big those lenses are. This is the biggest effort. By the way, Stan, not everybody were that impressed, because I wrote a tweet, right? And yesterday I was like, you will never guess the FOV of this standalone headset, yeah? And then after it got revealed, one guy was like, oh man, Artur, I'm disappointed. It's only 126. I'm like, are you normal? Like, what? What are you talking about? It's a standalone device. So, yeah. I mean, it's not everybody's impressed, and I'm just informing you about the market research I'm doing on Twitter. Very valuable information from very, very skillful people who are replying to all the tweets, I have to say. So we have to take everything seriously. Yeah, those keyboard warriors, they're very important for us to target. They know their stuff. Listen. They educated me
Yes,
about VR
the new
so
round
much
of
already.
experts are here.
Oh,
Yeah.
I have one actually real quick question for Stan. How's it
Yeah.
feel to be able to release a headset without the optics company being bought from under you?
It's okay. I need to talk about that for a minute.
Yeah.
So in the audience, so you don't see that on the video, but the audience was like very large. It's you see the scene, it's a big scene. And in the audience were the team at Limbach, the Limbach team that was acquired by Apple that worked on our Lynx R1 optics. They were in the room. It was burning me to make a reference or a joke, but you know, it could have, you know,
Stan,
it
go ahead. I'll tell you after.
they are the sad thing is that what I'm hearing is that they were acquired and they didn't do like they probably did things at Apple that, but that was not implemented or used for anything. So it's a total waste of talent, total. And I've no hard feelings or problems with this team. They did incredible job. Pablo is very talented. They were based in Madrid. Um, with Hypervision, I'm very happy that so they get contacted every so often by the same category of companies that
Stan, sorry, I'm sad to inform you that as a board director of the board of Hypervision, I just signed the paper of us selling the company. I'm sorry to. It was a joke. It's a joke. Don't cut this as the
You're about to
don't
cry.
clip this
Don't
thing.
do
It's
that.
a
Don't
joke.
do that.
but no,
No.
it's a great partnership. Artur and I
Yeah.
are in this company and supporting Arthur, the CEO here. They're doing God's work because the optics is the most important part of the headsets. Everyone can buy the cameras, the display, but you're really making the difference here. So
Yep.
I'm glad that this has not happened yet. I think we won't see that happening anytime soon, and I hope they will be successful with the royalties they will get from Lynx and from other products you will see later this year, hopefully on the market. But thanks, Brad. Good
I
question.
will add one thing that and I think you will resonate with this, Stan, is that on one hand I feel incredibly excited and happy and blessed that I can support like guys like Stan and Hypervision, that we all work together, with VR engineers. We're all working together on some incredible XR stuff, like not just mediocre or nice, incredible XR stuff. And Lynx is one of the examples, but there will be many more examples. On the other hand, as much as I'm feeling blessed, I'm also feeling that I'm eating glass every day, okay? Because it's fucking hard, yeah? And you try to work your ass off, and then suddenly there's one company coming in and just putting you rocks below your feet. And then we have to crawl and climb over that. And then there's another one. And then there's another one. And then it somehow feels sometimes that the whole industry is against the smaller guys trying to succeed. I don't know, Stan, if you agree with that, but us battling through all of that is just hard, but it's worth it. We believe in it. But if we didn't believe in it, if we're not super enthusiastic and crazy, I don't think any of the companies would exist at this point. So that's how it
Totally.
feels to me.
Lynx is a good example. We're the only company in Europe building standalone, so like the full spatial computer. And for 6-7 years now, investors told me like, that's why don't you have more competition? And I had no answer for a long time. But it's just very hard, and there's probably also very good money to be made in other industries. Don't talk about AI, please. But it's hard to materialize the effort, but also the effect of these technologies on society. It's
Yep.
going to transform jobs completely. And you know, every incremental progress on hardware take years to get in the hands of the people that it benefits the most usually. And that's the problem with technology. You think it will be overnight, but you always multiply by 3, or in the timeline we're dealing with.
And by
So
the way, Stan, as an
I
investor, I have to say you failed me. As the founder and XR creator, you did an outstanding job yesterday on SPIE. But as an investor, I have to criticize you. You never used the word AI in your presentation, and no investor will be interested in the startup. Come on, man, what happened? Why?
I did mention that because of the 16 gigabytes of RAM, you can do some
Oh yeah,
VLM
but that
like
I meant
on
AI,
device.
like 5 slides of proper AI, so that investors light up. You know, when you're in San Francisco. No, I'm
Oh,
joking.
but I'm
You
not
did
a
fantastic
AR/VR
job.
company. I'm a physical AI company now. We're not, I'm
Oh,
sorry, but
yes,
physical.
yes, yes. Bam! I'm
so yeah,
feeling the money.
Where's the
it's
Lynx robot?
frustrating. I think, yeah,
The Lynx
sorry,
robot. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, like
Sorry.
it's coming up. It's coming up, and the eyes will be hypervision lenses, huh?
Yes, there you go.
All right,
And
Stan.
you can
Listen,
fight
we
with
will.
them.
You are free to stay with us as long as you want, because we have some exciting topics coming up, aka Meta Meltdown.
okay, I will leave now.
But okay, I knew it. I knew it. Anyway, thanks
No,
for coming in. Again, congrats once again. We will probably do, not probably, but for sure, we are doing some cool thing and event in Prague in a month or so. So people will be able to try out the Lynx R2 and many more incredible things. So invitations will be going shortly.
all right,
to
guys,
people. See
have
you,
a good
Stan.
one.
See
Bye
you.
bye.
Bye
Cheers.
bye. So here we go. That was a surprise guest of our podcast, the True
I'm hoping
Builder.
John's seen a theme when he comes in. Just saying.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
out of nowhere.
Wait, now he freezed for me. What happened there?
No, he's
Okay, that's how
He's just lurking.
that's how we're friendly, you know, in this industry. He left, but in our souls, he's always with us. That's even Zoom feels it like, oh no, now he's gone. Okay, so
see,
Meta Meltdown, my dear gentlemen. What are we? Okay, I can rant for a long time. I did already many rants about Meta. But what do we? No, yeah, I've actually never complained about Zuck. But what do we think? vrgamerdude, what's your take on the latest Meta Meltdown happening?
well, the latest meta meltdown. I mean, so it seems like there's one every month these days. But I don't know. It kind of. I mean, for those of us inside, we kind of saw a lot of this coming. But I think that the general consumer, didn't. And I think that a lot of it's going to kind of maybe set back just a little bit. But I think that overall it's going to be a good thing. And I think it's going to spark a lot of innovation in the industry. I think we're going to start seeing, younger, more hungry teams come up. People are going to start realizing that the industry's been heavily subsidized over the years. That a Quest is not a $500 headset. And I think it's going to be a bitter pill to swallow for a lot of people. But I think in the end, as someone who has watched VR rise and fall, I mean, I started in 1997. It's not what we had last time, and VR is not dead. It's not going anywhere, and Meta was never VR to begin with. So I said it there. So
Man, what a beautiful sentence, and how you said it. Shodah, what do you think? What's your take?
They've ran out of money paying all the affiliate links.
well, there. Yeah,
I love
there
you.
go.
I love you. Yes.
My opinion is that they are funneling billions and billions and trying to shove Horizon Worlds into everyone, by Stan. And yet one game come out by one guy with a new innovative way of crawling around. And it just obliterated anything Meat has done in terms of the development studios. Now, I do think they've seen that and go, oh well, if this is like the Meta, then why do we have all these fancy games on devices and hire studios just to promote the buying of Quest? Because all the studios that went, they were free Correct me if I'm wrong, mainly free games that you get on the Quest as an incentive to buy one. That's pretty much it. Like Skydance? Was it?
Sanzaru and then
Well, I mean, you got
Camouflage.
Sanzuro, Skydance. I mean, you got all the big players. I mean, that really got overlooked the minute that they started focusing on Horizon. And it's like it really was like, for those of us sitting around like the gamers, we're sitting there, what the heck is this, man?
Exactly.
The minute that I couldn't see like real titles on my freaking app, and I was being force fed these slop Horizon worlds. I mean, that's it. And look, I'm sorry, I'm going to say it. The day that all of this started, the downfall of all of this was when they stopped curation on the store. And I know a lot of people bitched and said, oh, walled gardens and curation and whatever. But all of a sudden, it changed. The curation stopped. The titles started getting sloppy. We started seeing 50,000 Gorilla Tag clones per week, and none of the legit developers could get on the front page of the store. They couldn't get their apps seen. I mean, working at Upload for the last 2 years, I heard that a lot. And it was just it was horrible to see those decisions getting made. Sorry, my voice is getting really bad.
You sound amazing. You're good. Okay, Brad, what do you think? I'll leave myself to the very last. But what do you think, Brad?
Just the whole explosion. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much to add. It's just like Stan was just talking about how hard it is to get investment if you work in XR, and I genuinely just blame Meta for that, like multiple ways. He talked about how Meta just spends billions of dollars or whatever, but also like I think Meta is at fault for the metaverse boom, and that
100%, of
yeah,
course.
yeah, and like that caused so many valuations for companies that even just hopped into XR like out of nowhere, and like that is what's the side effects of like all those insane valuations just dying and not making anywhere near the money that they saying they were going to. That's what's making really investors now terrified to invest in any organically growing companies today in this space. And that's why I'm happy that they're just taking such a backseat approach now, because it should have been like that forever. Like they really, like, it's not even the first time. Like even with the way they handle their PC VR headsets back in the day, they're always like hyping things up to unrealistic levels, like pump and dump schemes, frankly.
Yeah, exactly.
And people don't. I there's a lot of people that are like, yeah, but there was so many, they were funding so many games to be made and all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, that's great for the consumers that pick up the headset once and then play it and throw the headset in their closet for the rest of the time, but the people that are like actually trying to work on this daily are suffering way more in the long term from stuff like that than the kind of, I hate to say it, but the greedy consumer that doesn't even realize what they're missing out because there's no competition in the space being built by all the just madness that's being created by them. So yeah.
I agree with all of you. I will just add that as a fan of Back to the Future movie, I have to say that, man, I love you, man. I told you already. Now it's double. But I just want to say, in the last 5, 6, 7 years, I live in a constant mode of, I can vividly see how the industry would have evolved if Meta wouldn't do what they've done in terms of subsidizing and basically killing the competition into the ground. And the only reason why Zuck did it, the only reason why he did it is not because he loved VR. He doesn't give a shit about VR. He gives a shit about the money, and he wanted to be a monopoly. He wanted to own the platform, which is the main player in the new platform or age of platforms game, because he now doesn't own any platform, and he's in jeopardy of Apple and Google. So he wanted to own that platform, and he failed. And the moment he realized that he failed, that's the moment when his brain disengaged, and he had no hard, like, warm feelings toward VR. He basically is a cold decision, and the only person who needs to, which I don't like him as well, But now he basically said, boss, you go and explain it. I don't care. Like this is you now have to explain all this stuff. And of course they'll tell you, oh, we're still investing money. Of course they're still investing money, but the money will dry out very quickly. Finally the VR industry will hopefully start to look a little bit more healthy, as it should have been looking 7 years ago. And that is basically it. And the Horizon OS looks the way it looks because the management of Meta doesn't use their own products, okay? I don't need to know this. I don't need insiders for that. I look at their OS and I know no management is freaking using that OS every day. Because if they would kill all those developers, not fire. They would kill those developers, okay, for doing what they're doing. So that's the reason. Super simple. There's nothing in between. And finally, we might see some kind of and then there's all kind of, okay, I'll say it as well. There's all kind of dirty games Meta is playing behind the scenes by buying the studios, by promoting articles, by paying affiliate links, both visible affiliate links and invisible affiliate links. You have no idea, people, how many independent journalists or independent advisors or people who are getting paid by Meta directly or indirectly, who are feeding you kind of the narrative you were living in, thinking that this is the narrative, and it happens to be a wrong narrative, or it happens to be a non-organic narrative, and now it will start to fall apart, and now we'll hopefully see the crystal clear way of how market behaves. So I think all of that played role, and now again I really hope that we will try to see if fresh air coming in into this industry, and I'm excited for that. I have no PT feelings for Meta, zero, like literally zero. And I would just issue one warning for all the developers who are, I think they already feel it, but all the developers who are planning or developing exclusively for Meta platform, you be aware. You better do something, about your future of your company. Because if you don't, you might end up very quickly in the same dumpster as all the other studios and Quest. Because honestly, like, what's the best selling games on Quest right now? It's a Gorilla Tech clone. Gorilla Tech clone on the 9 years old kids. This is not the platform Zuck was hoping to get. Nothing. No. This is it. And that's why they're dumping it. They just don't care anymore. There's AI, there's glasses. Now he's trying to catch glasses and he yet again failed. The Meta display is a failed product. And now the freaking Inmo, which I have here on the table, and I know you have as well. Exactly. This is better than Meta display.
Oh God,
glasses.
so much better.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much better. It's not even funny.
What are we talking about? And what? And this is just this Chinese startup putting on the free Android. Like, it's not a perfect device. I'll probably release the review as well, but it's definitely better than Meta display. Like that's it. So yeah, and he failed again. So now I think the biggest risk is Ray-Ban company risking their partnership with Meta. Like, the Meta will hurt the Ray-Ban. Like, I kid you not. I mean, I will not buy Ray-Bans just because Meta has partnership with them. Like, no normal glasses. I just basically bury that company in my soul. That company doesn't exist, so I cannot buy that brand anymore because of this stuff. So I think they will rethink the whole partnership soon, and something will happen to that as well. Because again, Apple is coming out with glasses, and every other company, Xiaomi, Honor, Redmi, all those companies will be coming out with glasses, and then smaller startups like Viture and Xreal and Inmo, and then another 50 other startups will be coming with glasses, and all of them will be either same or better or different than what Meta is doing. So the competition, the unlucky part for Zuck is that the technology has caught up so fast that the competition came up to the same level much faster than they did in VR. And so the barrier of entry is now much lower the technology is spread, you have waveguides, you have the the monochromic binocular displays, you have the electropiezo shading of the you have all those essential parts, and you have processors and Androids. And Inmo proved it. Inmo is running on a mobile processor. Now that you don't even need Qualcomm anymore, right? You can run it on a mobile processor, on a mobile phone, which are plenty. So you don't need to wait until there's a special XR thing. Obviously, it's better, but you can still do it on stuff. And if you plug it into your phone, boom! Now you have another way to interact. So there will be flood of this kind of products, and Zuck is again late, and he will abandon this category. I guarantee you that, because he doesn't have operating system, and he wants to have what Meta Ray-Ban display shipped with 6 apps, 4 of them barely work. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you're Meta, man up, do something about it. You have so many developers, and they didn't. So that just shows you their inability to commit to. I don't understand why they cannot ship, because to me that's sad. Imagine us having control of Horizon OS, yeah, and having I always, if Somnium made a Quest 3, right, and I have Somnium Space Platform, right, and I have developers who are making amazing games, I would make a home environment. Like, you would load into Somnium Space and then go into amazing games, whether it's Batman. But you would exist in this. It would be so amazing. Can you imagine? It's like a real Ready Player One. I don't care about the avatars even. You would just load into Oasis, and then you would say to your friend, "Hey, high five! Let's open the portal to Batman. Let's play Batman together." Boom! That's a hit. That's $1 billion, man. Zuck, if you do it, I want royalties. Yeah. But look, I'm just saying, even that would be easy. That is so easy to do, and they failed doing that. Why? Because they didn't use their own product.
We want. We want this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we want.
Exactly. So easy. Low-hanging fruits. I'm not even talking about like deep research thing, which they could have done too, but some low-hanging fruits. Load me into Oasis. They had Oculus Home. Freaking hell. I was playing with friends games in Oculus Home. What are we talking about? They already had it, and they discontinued it. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. It makes me so mad. I rant. Sorry, guys. I'm done ranting about Meta. Man. It's crazy. It's so such a lost opportunity. And I wouldn't care if Meta would lost 70 billion, but they hurt the industry, as exactly you said, Stan. Brad and Stan. They run down the competition. They didn't allow the VR organically flourish. And most of it, the worst case is they also created this hype. And I'm traumatized person. You might not see it from my avatar, but I'm heavily traumatized person, because I lived through 2 hypes where I happen to be building some pretty cool things. One hype is blockchain, okay? We were the first company to tokenize things, and then the grifters came in. They destroyed NFTs for us, like completely destroyed everything. They scammed people out of all their money, and yet now we're left alone again, still building on the blockchain, improving the technology, but nobody cares because they're doing blockchain. They're probably scammers. That's the number one. And number 2, metaverse. If I say someone, I'm building metaverse, they're like, oh my God. Oh, geez, Artur, man, come on, man. What are you doing? Like, but I'm like, yeah, it's true. It's fucking true.
That's what you are.
Yeah, I'm a super scammer now. I build metaverse on the blockchain. Like, what? Exactly.
Throw some NFTs in there, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what is, and so that's what they've done. And now we have to redeem ourselves and prove ourselves again to the general public, because if you mention to investor, I'm making a metaverse, and they're like, I'm making hardware, it's kind of like between Quest, but why would anyone buy this if they can buy Quest 3? That's like a classical question from like an outsider investor. Like, yeah, because many reasons, like, closed ecosystem, meta, blah, blah, blah. But man, you can't compete with Quest, right? Come on. That's the reality. Like, you talk with investors, even bigger, that's what they tell you. And you sit and look at them and you're like, I don't know, man, but like, I don't think I can convince you, right? No. Okay. It's all right. So that's the reality of running XR business today. Truly. And Meta is faulty of a lot of problems in that business.
Do we know what ByteDance is these days? Are they?
I know.
Back into the race, or are they?
They'll release a good headset this year, I would say, and I think it's a step in the right direction. And I think if they release it soon enough, and if they do what I know they want to do. I'm not sure whether technically they'll be able to achieve everything they want, but if they do what they want to do, I will be standing and applauding them. And I think it might even undercut Quest 4. If it ever comes out, it might undercut it, and it might actually delay it or completely cancel because of that. And I hope Pico is fast, because they almost have everything figured out, and the device will be really cool. So the reference designs you see on the floor on CES, which we should discuss actually on the CES, it's what goes into the let's say general layer of what Pico 4 will be built upon, and the size wise and things like that. So it's exciting. I'm always liked Pico. I honestly always liked Pico. So yeah. So CES guys, what's John? You were on CES. Tell us your impressions.
I was. Yeah.
Brett, you were there as well or not, Brett? Did
I
you
was
go?
not there.
You were not there. Okay. But okay,
So I
tell
was
us.
the only one that was there. So,
Okay, you're the only one. Tell us.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was actually out there, and I want to thank the sponsors. Wearable Devices Limited brought me out this year. They are the makers of the Mudra Link neural wristband.
They sent me the Mudra Link as well.
Also beat Meta to market by a year on that, by the way.
And can I say something out of my entire heart and soul? I thank you for making this disclaimer right now. That's how it should have been forever in industry. All of you watching here, all of these influencers, this is how you should do it, You should disclose it immediately, the first thing you do. Thank you. I'm not even joking.
No, absolutely. I
I
always like to thank the companies who work with me. And, you know, I was actually out there doing some work for them, filming work. So it wasn't an influencer thing. I have actually started VRGD Studios recently. So
Congrats.
I'm doing event coverage, and they hired me to do some, filming of some interviews and things like that for their corporate needs. And of course, then sponsored my trip out and gave me a little free time on the floor. So for the time that I got to spend, I did actually get to see a couple of the upcoming headsets. So I got, first of all, I've already put out coverage for this. I did get to see the prototype for the new Play for Dream. Very excited for that. They've got a really, really interesting design. Now, I think that reference design is going to go wild. I think a lot of people are going to be starting to go to these very, very lightweight micro OLED headsets this year. I then also saw the Pimax Dream Air. Very impressed with that product from Pimax. Still got a little ways to go, but it is definitely getting there. And then the other headset I got to see was the Mark II from Shiftall. And definitely impressed on the improvements that TK and his team have been making from their Mark I product as well.
So you also tried a lot of AR glasses.
I did.
What stuck in your mind, like out of all the demos you did?
Well, I did meet with the Inmo team. I know we've talked a little bit about Inmo. I know you're testing their product right now. I am testing their product as well. Very impressed with their product so far. Not perfect by any means, but really, really have nailed the clarity, behind the dual eyes in their glasses. Sorry.
No,
I was hearing some feedback there.
I'm hearing it's not coming from me. I don't think so. Maybe from you. I don't know.
Oh, hold on just a second. I think somebody's watching one of my videos in the background here. Stand by. Sorry.
No worries. That's how you know, guys, we're recording it live.
Sorry, guys. I don't know where this is. Oh, that's what it was. I was editing a Mudra video, as a matter of fact.
Nice.
It started playing there in the background. So there we go.
It knew.
Turn that off. Sorry about that. So where was I?
Inmo. Yeah.
Inmo. Yeah. So so I met with the Inmo team. Wonderful guys. Really putting out a good display. Also got a chance to check out very briefly the Raineo X3. Very, very interesting design.
Can I say something? Sorry. Hold your thought. Raineo just tweeted that they now allowed and integrated Apple Watch gestures into controlling the glasses. Now, that is your first bell, because obviously that integration will not be perfect. I hope it works good, but that's your first hint of what Apple is working on behind the scenes with integrating all of their devices like AirPods, the Apple Watch, and their upcoming glasses. It will be absolutely amazing. And the same amazing way how they revolutionized with Vision Pro, they will absolutely obliterate the competition with what they're cooking in terms of the glasses. I can't wait. I can't wait. Like literally, I can't
Well,
wait.
I think people are starting to get it that the wrist-based interaction is really the path forward for XR. You know, even XReal. I got a chance to try the new ROG R1 glasses, and while I was there, Ralph was like, "Hey, you got to go do this other demo." They are actually about to release a beta for the iCam. So basically, it's going to give you gesturals in the iCam as well. So I was controlling my phone just with my hand, you know, and the single camera solution. I know Vitcher has already gotten hand tracking working on their single camera solution in their neckband. So I think we're really going to start to see either, you know, single camera solutions doing tracking of the hands, or we're going to see integration with wrist worn devices. And, you know, so a lot of that, obviously, you know, at all of the booths, but really just an explosion of AR. I mean, you know, I think, you know, obviously that is the next big thing that people are going to chase, you know, the AI AR glasses. And I am seeing a ton of them coming out.
Yeah, I would just add that I bought Mudra band for an Apple Watch, and then they contacted me and they said, "Hey, do you want us to send you?" So I bought it from my money, but then they contacted me and said, "Hey, do you want to?" And my post kind of went viral when I controlled the MacBook, which, by the way, feels amazing. It's like I feel like I'm in Vision Pro, but I'm in physical reality when I control my
it's like
Mac.
hand tracking in the real world.
Yeah,
It's like
exactly. And then they contacted me and they said, do you want to test the Mudra Link? I said, actually, yes, because my Inmo are coming and I want to test it together. So that's what I'm doing right now. And they sent me that. So thanks, Mudra. Obviously, I mentioned it in my video. That's clear. Yeah. That's cool, and it's definitely the future, and they definitely bet Mark Zuckerberg into that. So like, I don't understand him like claiming,
Oh yeah,
oh,
by
we
a
were
year.
first.
I was
Exactly,
using the
not like
Mudra
a
band
month,
for
a
a full
year.
year now.
Yeah,
For
exactly,
a
and they've
full
been working on
year
it for a
I've had
long time.
Yeah, they have, and their approach is very similar but very different. And you know, and they did actually show us the next phase at the show. It was kind of a more of a private demo that they had, and I am allowed to talk about it. So,
Tell us.
but they do have actual custom gesture mapping coming. And I mean, I'm
Nice.
talking any gesture I want. I can do the Vulcan peace sign and make
That's
it whatever
cool.
I want.
That's
I
cool.
mean, so you know, that is something now that is more facing an enterprise device that they're chasing right now. But obviously, I can see that filtering down into the consumer
100%.
tech.
It's not that expensive, to be honest. Like you get, you know, for $200, you're getting amazing
No,
piece
it's
of
cheap as
technology
chips.
today.
Yeah,
It's cheap. It's cheap.
yeah,
So,
yeah. I mean, and people on my flight, they were like, oh, and it was so funny because like people were literally like, oh, you've got one of those meta things. And I was like, no, actually, I don't have one of those
oh
meta
my God.
things. I have a combination of these Vitcher things and this Mudra thing, you know, and they were like, oh, and I was like, yeah, and I've been doing this for a year before it was even on the market. So
Yeah,
you know,
what I'm working on, I'm
wristbands are
working on.
here.
I have a Chinese car, and what I'm working on right now, I'm actually waiting for my so
Integration with the car.
my car allows to and that's why I love it so much. It's an open system, so it allows to put the via capture card. It allows me to put the input
Nice.
of any device to mirror things and to do stuff. So what I'm trying to do, I don't know whether it will work, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to put the capture card, my Vitcher Cyberpunk glasses into that, connect Mudra into the car, Bluetooth, and control the car while looking mirrors of my display of the car, of operating system of the car in my glasses.
Wow.
While
So
I
you're
can
like talking
see this.
Tony Stark stuff.
Yeah,
At
but
this point, man.
I think
this
it
is
should
like
work.
great.
I think it will work. And if it works,
I think it will.
it's just amazing because
Yeah.
now I'm freaking sitting
Yeah.
in my
Hey,
car.
look,
I can clearly see in
I'm
front.
loving the fact
but
that I can put on
control
these
everything.
Inmo glasses and go and have a heads up display in my windshield. It's like what it feels like. At this point,
Exactly.
You know? I mean,
Exactly. So I'm trying to because I can have my map interacting directly in me, basically like having the whole heads up display, but the whole windshield is my heads up display. And I'll have a map because I also have the 3D, my car gives me the 3D environment like Tesla does. So I see all the other cars around me. So if I can overlay that of my driving, that would be fantastic. I can't wait to try it.
Nuts.
It would be nuts.
It
It would
so
be literally nuts. I would just turn on autopilot and I'm like, woo, okay, now we're talking. The heads up. So
on.
I mean, the technology is it's all early stages, but it's evolving very rapidly.
Right on.
And
you know, I think the last thing I really want to say about CES is and then that's my last word on CES. for everybody that thinks that, our industry is dying, it's not.
No, of course not.
It is
Of
not.
course
There was an explosion of excitement around virtual reality, augmented reality, AI tech, and it's all converging. And I think that's really where the end goal is when we end up with these that then give me 140-degree field of view when I want it and full immersion for VR,
Yep.
but then become completely clear when I want to go out in the world and use them for AR.
I think we will end up. I think we'll end up in a situation in probably in the next 10 years, where you would be like. There's no question that majority of people will be wearing glasses instead of looking at their phones. No question about it. There will be still people looking at the phones. No, don't get me wrong. But a lot of people will migrate to glasses. It will be a huge category for every company: Samsung, Google, Apple. They will all be there. They will be all because they have operating systems. So they will be doing that. But if you will want a full immersion, you will not use these glasses. You would come home. You would put on your beefy whatever headset you have, whether like an amazing standalone or PC VR headset with full body tracking on Tesla seats, whatever, and then you go in and it will be a much smaller category of people, but it still will be growing. The amount of niche people will be growing, and the amount of people who will wear AR glasses and finally realize what the binocular immersion means, that amount of people will explode, and some of those percentages will be dripping down towards PCVR hardcore enthusiasts who will finally want the best of the best, who will want to Ready Player One experience. So that's how I see the market. It doesn't mean that
always going to chase that dragon. Always going to chase that dragon.
Exactly. Brett, you hinted about some video you were editing. Have you released it already, or you didn't?
It's so close to done. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh my! Can you give us some candies now?
Yeah.
Like something.
I guess one thing we can kind of talk about, it kind of goes with what GamerDude was talking about with the Play for Dream reference design. I believe that might have been derived from the a reference design by the company
That's
Gravity
what I was
XR.
talking about,
Yeah, and I got to try that too as well at their office, and yeah, it's kind of crazy how they can just pack. So they do it because they have like the little co-processing chip, kind of like the Apple R1 chip, only in the glasses, and then they route it out to either a laptop or a mobile phone is kind of what they're also testing as well. And I mean, the pass-through is super low latency, everything works, the form factor is great. The FOV I think is the most problematic of it, I think, mainly because they went so hard on the like glasses form factor which means you have to make the lenses kind of far from your face compared to like, because the displays and the optics actually look very similar to the Beyond 2, for example, off the shelf kind of type stuff. But I mean, the whole ability to take, you can just imagine like Apple releasing something like that with the full AR VR Vision OS type thing with the processing.
You bet they're working on it, right?
Yeah, like
oh god, yeah.
When that happens, even if it's like 80 to 90 degrees or something, which I don't think that they would have much better optics to choose from for their own thing.
Even if it's 90 for AR, it's fine. Like it's okay.
Like it was
90 for AR would be mind blowing.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that's when I see a product like that, because we're talking a lot about waveguides and stuff, but like even the pass through AR in these glasses form factor is just kind of wild. I think it'll blow a lot of people away when, like you said, those things start coming out.
And we're just in the beginning. So I think we are. I think Apple will not release AR glasses this year. Certainly not. I think they will do it probably next year or even year after. But when they do, I'm sure it's gonna be good. Like I'm sure it's gonna be. And the hardcore part and the truth, which I will say in my InMo review, is that it's not only enough to bring great tech. For AR glasses, you have to have great OS and ecosystem. Without that, you are dead on arrival. Because I want my seamless integration of all my notifications, all my things I have on the phone directly into the glasses. So there will be great companies who will be able to build a layer above existing ecosystems like Android, maybe iOS, even though iOS is more closed. But then there will be native creators like Google with their Android and Apple with iOS, who will build their native integration of the glasses with a native integration of OS, and that would be exciting because that will bring true utility. Yeah, with AirPlay and all the positioning chips of iPhones and headphones and everything. Now suddenly you'll be able to be in the room with a person, and then his LinkedIn profile will pop up above his head or something, and you just click and add them to the friends. Boom! That itself is already $1 billion. It's but no, it's not about social. It's about again, it'll be opt-in. You will be able to. Do I want to allow people to contact me, or do I want to not allow people to contact me? You know what I mean? And then you are in a conference, you see people from the same industry, you see the name, you're like, oh, I was actually communicating with him on Twitter. I didn't realize it's him. Let me go and say hi.
It's in IRL.
Yeah, but exactly. No, it will happen. It will happen. It will happen for us. It will be normal. Like, yeah, we had nameplates for like 15 years, and for some people, like, oh my god, what? I can see name of the person above their head. Ooh, that's crazy. So, yeah, it's coming.
I wanted to comment a little bit more on the Gravity XR because it also goes to what we're talking about later. Like, they're just a startup really making chips. Like, they don't care about releasing their own headsets, but they created something that is almost like basically an R1 for anyone to use as well in the industry. So we're talking about like, if this was a few years ago, I could see Meta just buying up that company just so no one can use it, for example.
Yep.
So the ability to have that and like, again, these are pass-through AR glasses, and they were also talking about how their onboard chip can even do 2 cameras per eye, and they were going to have a demo of that quite soon.
Nice.
Like, that is just crazy. Like
where are they based?
They're in Shanghai. Yeah,
they're in Shanghai. I mean, China guys is killing it. I have to say it again. It's gonna be wild, and that's what also makes Mark's life hard, because he can't control Chinese companies. He can't stop them from innovating. He can't. It's impossible. He can't buy all the Chinese companies. Impossible. So that's
can't
amazing.
even get into that market, which is also a problem for him. But
yep.
A couple more things. I didn't see it, and I don't think Gamer. I don't know if you've seen it, but there was like other couple things I thought were cool that were at CES, announced at CES. Gore-Tech was there, and they were showing off a bunch of their new
didn't
optics.
Get to see them.
Yeah, they're really hard to get into, but like they were
What
even
did they
showing.
show? What did they show? What did they show?
They showed off. I mean, the typical like super thin and light MR goggles. Is more like actual VR, like super thin VR form factor. It has pass through 4K per eye, micro OLED, whatever. Whenever you see Gore-Tech make a reference designs of something like that, you know that
it's coming.
It's coming, exactly. But the cool stuff, what I thought was at least the coolest thing, other than showing off silicon carbide waveguides, they were actually showing off active liquid crystal lenses. That
that was them. Okay.
Yep,
cool.
yep. They were showing.
Yeah,
off.
I wanted to see it so bad, but I just couldn't.
But again, like for anyone who is watching that doesn't know who Gore-Tech is, they're very when you see any of them showing off stuff,
they build Quest 2.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Very important company. If they're exciting stuff. The other one I always love to talk about because they're like my little baby, and I'm happy that Samsung bought them. But Imagine was there as well, showing off the advances in micro OLED. Yeah.
I popped by the booth and I didn't get a chance to demo anything because they were really busy and I didn't want to bother them. But yeah, I heard good things out of their booth this year. So
they were showing off. I think the resolution was 5.5 or it was 5.2 by 4.5K per
but that's
eye.
That's an overkill. I'm sorry. That's an overkill.
It's a little high.
It is.
Diminishing returns are everything above, I would even say 3K per eye, starting to be super heavy diminishing returns on your performance and visual clarity. Like the amount of people who can spot a difference between 3K per eye and 5K per eye is increasingly lower. Like the higher you go with resolution, the less amount of people can spot the difference. Okay. There will be difference when you have a micro text, and in some use cases there is a difference. I totally don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But for the average consumer, that level of resolution, you don't give a damn. Like it doesn't make a difference.
The true value was, and this is something that's always hard to communicate to people, is it isn't the resolution that they're good at. The process allows them to get a higher resolution than the current micro OLED processes, so they're kind of like, yeah, we can do that. But the big thing is their brightness and efficiency are so much like magnitude higher than what we have in current products. They're like 20,000 nits with a single layer OLED with a single stack of micro lens. Like
you need that for, of course, for pancakes because you lose like 85%. But that's crazy.
And I heard they also were showing off a early dual layer with that process, a smaller display, and they're targeting actually waveguide glasses with that.
Oh, nice.
Because they're like getting to 40K nits at that point. So you can actually that a few years ago, the idea of putting an OLED with a waveguide was just unheard of. Like it was silly to even bring it up, but of course the progresses and are getting quite
I'll tell one thing and then I'll tell another thing. So one thing is 220 degrees, 4 micro OLEDs, 2 micro OLEDs per eye. After you see that, there's no way back. Like I am not a big fan of micro OLEDs hysteria, which is right now in VR headset industry, because it brought the FOVs down and things like that, and people are like, oh, micro OLED like zombies. Oh, if it's not micro OLED, I don't care, blah blah. Bullshit. But that's one thing. But the hypervision implementation of 2 micro OLEDs per eye in a lens which allows you to see 220 degrees FOV, insane. Like I was like, okay, Artur, that is the first time I can say I like micro LED implementation. Like really, really, really good. So I was stunned. I was stunned, and hopefully we'll showcase that in a month. But and another thing I would say, there's one company nobody's talking about, and I think it's a dark horse, but an amazing player. It's Snap. They were very quiet.
Okay.
They keep building and improving their OS. I don't know, Brad, if you heard anything from them, but I hear that they do a really good job on the OS implementation with payments, with, like going really deep into the OS part, which is a smart move. And they are about to release this year their version of glasses, probably somewhere in the first half of the year. I am excited about that. I think are. I think Evan kind of is the player who knows what he's doing. Or at least he, by him being quiet, kind of gives me more hope because they're probably cooking something.
I got to say, I really liked the Snap glasses when I got the chance to try them at GDC last year. The thing that threw me off immediately, though, was the fact that they went with the vertical. It's like, and I get it, it's Snap, but it was like, it was very jarring at first. It was like, so, if anything, I would really love to see them like go wide, but that's just me.
I never tried them, but I talked to several people who did, and I talked to several people who are following their OS upgrades, and I'm hearing that the OS upgrades are fundamental. Like what they're doing is they're laying fundamental layers to the. I'm not saying this will be the killer glasses for AR. I'm saying that there will be a legit player who will probably take their niche and really position themselves. So if Zuck wants to, succeed in AI, he should buy Snap. Oh wait, he tried. Okay, let's move on.
Like Snap, are they like? It's like they're really do or die, right, for them with these glasses, sort of thing. Like I don't know if they're doing well social media wise, as they.
I think they're still alive. I think they're making enough money to be able to play with this, but definitely this is their, and Evan said as well, this is one of the biggest bets of the company, and they are doing it. And that being said, them being quiet and making big updates behind the doors and not promoting it, you don't hear it anywhere. Nobody's promoting update number 87. Like they're just doing it, and that to me is a good indication that they're serious about it and not just marketing hype thing, like, oh, buy our glasses, we're the best. No, that they're just doing stuff quietly. So yeah, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful to see what Snap is coming up with. Within probably several, like 3 to 4, 5 months, from now. So okay. How do we think? What do we still feel about like Steam Frame situation? Because like Brett, now I'm looking at you, because you are the leaker. the data miner.
This is your
You're the
domain
Descartes
here.
guy. Tell us what's the latest and greatest. I saw your tweet about color pass-through thingy. Do we believe that they will be bringing color pass-through into Steam Frame from third-party developers?
Yeah, I actually know that there's one pretty much ready for it that they might literally announce whenever they either launch it or whatever. It'll be a module. It will be a third party. It'll be close. It'll be closer to them than you might think. It's not gonna be like a random third party, whatever. They're quite a close partner with Valve. So yeah,
HTC.
I don't think HTC is a close partner with anyone these days.
That was a joke. I just want to say it was a joke. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, and do you think it will be any good? Like what level of pass-through quality do you expect? Quest 3?
I don't know like the resolution or anything, but I know like I've heard whispers about how they're implementing it, and it's actually I was kind of worried about the idea of just plugging in a like a camera directly to this module and like having it all the chip give off compute to that module, but I've heard things that they're not doing it that way. They're doing a little bit more special sauce going on with that module, so I think it'll be good for like latency and stuff. But other than that,
okay, I'm really happy that actually this headset will have a module for pass-through. Come on.
Yeah.
From the outcry they saw.
No.
Yeah.
This was something that's already in the works.
Why
for a
didn't they
while.
say it during the launch events when people asked I don't understand it. Like,
yeah, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because it isn't a first party thing, and
but they could have said like, listen, there's the guy developing already. We don't say who it is, but there is coming. We know that's coming.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the whole thing is with that. Maybe I know we were talking about this, but even just the day one messaging of what Steam Frame is, and like it was so limited in scope compared to what it can do. It's just I still find that odd because you're seeing a lot of even like there was a big push from a like a big plugin added to KDE Plasma that allows you to run the entire desktop interface in a VR setting. Like that was just randomly added to like committed and tried to push into KDE Plasma, which is we know is like heavily funded or has been funded by Valve and all this stuff. So it's like I don't know if they're like trying to not confuse people or it's really weird how limited they're
trying to appeal to mainstream while knowing that this device is for geeks. Okay,
yeah, it's really odd. I don't know what they're doing with that.
I still have a hard time problem seeing the people in the ad what kind of people they used in the ad to promote this. Like I nothing against those actors or whatever, but I'm like come on, like what? They don't look close like that. Like nobody like that will use Steam Frame.
No, it is weird. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So I talked to some people who used Steam Frame and saw it. I heard recently, I heard good feedback, and those are serious people, not like they know what they're talking about. I heard good feedback in terms of the hardware build quality and how it looks and feels. I say I'm excited about this headset. The only question is how much will it cost, and that will determine the success or not success of that device. If that is, in my opinion, if that is above 600 euros, so like $650 or something like $700, it's going to be a big problem. It's going to be a niche product. If it's below that, it has a chance, especially with Meta now folding down and kind of being where what's your thoughts, Brad? Because you're really close, and then I'll ask everyone else, of course. But what's your thoughts on the price?
I don't think it'll be under that mark at all. Yeah, just flat out.
What do you think? Is like 900 or 800?
My feelings, I just I don't have like inside information, but my feelings are just like $700 to $800 is probably the range.
That's tough. That's a tough territory, kinda. That's a tough territory to be in.
Especially if you do want to buy the module thing that we're talking about. Which
exactly. Like, okay, do you know the price of the module? What do you think?
I don't know the price. I don't, but I think it'll be over $100 just for that. So.
Yeah, I would say even more. And if it's like 150, and then you have 750 the frame, it's 9, and then controllers, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Boom, you're at 1.2K. You're like, you know,
Right.
so and that's the Valve Index territory with with a lot of things. So
Yeah.
yeah. There will be a lot of people buying it, but not
Mhm.
in not as much as it could have been, right?
Yeah, like the one thing, and obviously people think I'm like the Valve shill, but like there's so much craziness over like, oh, Meta's giving up on VR gaming. Let's all move over to Valve. They'll save the day or whatever. That's not
No,
no.
Wishful thinking.
Sorry.
no.
It's
But
not,
yeah.
it's not happening. But at least there is a little bit of alternative there, right there. Like when I say alternative, it's like but real alternative, different operating system, different approach to games,
Yeah.
different approach to architecture. That's good. That's what I love
Yeah.
about Valve approach. Like that's what could spike some of the interest.
Yeah. And I think the industry's much better off with them finally releasing something like this than just them doing nothing. So
I agree.
yeah.
100%. I agree. So,
Yeah.
Shoda, what do you think about Steam Frame? Did your sentiment change in the recent weeks, month?
No. But I'm coming at it from a completely different angle. I'm coming at it from the hardcore, just VR gamer side of things. Here's here, look.
And
Yeah, you're coming at it from VR1, man.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I hyped up to myself too much, thinking it would be something great, and I've already experienced great, low latency wireless headsets. I've seen better. I know it sounds really snobby of me to say it that way, but for me personally, I've already got better for what I use VR for. And I mean, I'm excited for Lynx more, with their design and how it flips up for development. For me it's like, yeah, I can see myself using that.
Oh my god, Steam Frame with Hypervision optics would be a killer. I just
Jesus.
thought about it. Jeez.
I still feel muted about it.
Okay.
just be unmuted.
I mean, I'll buy it, obviously.
It's gonna be a grand. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that grand. Oh, grand. I would like. I'm ready to buy. Obviously, right? I mean, it's coming out. I'm buying it, but I'm actually hoping that they will send us a reference design because we want to port Somnium into onto Steam Frame. But if not, of course, I'm buying it. But if it's €1,000, generally like I buy those things because I have to test them. But I know that me clicking that button will be much harder if it's €1,000 than if it's like 600. Like even for me, who let's say for one device, not budget constrained, I can buy the device and test it. I will be like, I'll click it, but I'll like, oh my god, I'll feel not that good about it, So yeah, hopefully it's cheaper, but man, I'm not sure. What do you think, Mr. Gamer Dude?
So here's my thing, and I really haven't even shared my opinion publicly, really, on Steam Frame. So this will kind of be my
World
first time. I'm gonna say I am excited to see that Valve has finally put out a new headset. Okay, because Index was getting a little long in the tooth. We know that. Okay, there was a lot of PCVR gamers hoping that this was going to be the next great, big thing, and I was one of them as well. It's not for me. And I'm sorry, it's just not for me. And I think Shoda hit it right on the head. I've got other headsets right now within arm's reach that I could put on my head that are already better. And I'm sitting here, and I'm going to get my voice back for this one a little bit. I'm sitting here, and I'm really scratching my head when Valve kind of knew the position that they were in. They knew they could very well position themselves as the pinnacle of all PC VR with this headset. And they're giving us something that's not even as good as some of the stuff that I could reach for right now.
And instead they opt for being a niche. Yeah.
So the minute I heard it had black and white pass through, that was my first. I was like, what WTF moment? I was like, what the hell are you people thinking? I was like, everybody's pursuing the most crystal clear color pass through that we can get. Apple Vision Pro, Play for Dream. I mean, come on. Why are we sitting here
and no
going
hand
back
tracking?
To Quest 2 pass through? Yeah, exactly. And then the focus on playing 2D games in a floating screen. I've been able to do that for a long time. I can do that in my VR headsets. I can do that in my XR glasses. This is nothing new. But here's why I said it's not for me. It's nothing new to me. It's nothing new to you. It's nothing new to Brad. It's nothing new to Shodah. Okay. But to a lot of people out there, this is going to be new. And it might be their first PC
Stop for a
VR
second.
headset.
Stop for a second. Is it though? Because a lot of people out there are using Quest. It's the most used headset.
No,
and as
but,
much as
but,
I hate
but
Quest,
Artur, you'd be surprised that a lot of people out there still aren't using VR at all.
yeah, okay, that's true. Yeah, that's true. But look,
that's where I'm going. I mean, look, we're judging this from a microcosm.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, we are not the general consumer.
Okay, I love it. I disagree with you actually, but let's debate because 1 second, who is gonna be buying? Like, do you think Valve has enough gunpowder to seduce non-VR gamers to buy the VR headset, or the main target audience would be people who are upgrading from the indexes from the other headsets?
See, I
who
don't
already
think
have...
I don't think that the main target audience is an upgrade path, because already, I mean, unless you want better resolution, I mean, you've already got a superior headset in the index. So,
not even the index. Quest 3 can do more. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Meta,
I mean, that's what I'm
Quest
saying.
3
I can go down and buy a Quest 3 right now.
Yeah, but why would
probably
never
half the
anyone
price
buy?
that they're going to charge for Steam Frame and
yeah,
do
but
everything
why would they
that it's
buy
gonna
Steam
do?
Frame if they can go and buy Index? If like
Exactly.
the decision pattern of people today, even if they're playing on Steam all their games, right, and then Steam Frame pops up in their face on Steam homepage, right, and like buy this VR headset, you can play 2D games, and like and we're living in the era of internet, right? They were like, by playing 2D games in VR, boom, Quest 3, hand tracking,
So here, I'm going to take this from a different
perspective.
perspective. And I know you're a dad as well. Okay. I got a 15-year-old kid that's hogging my TV 24/7 playing video games.
Okay.
I don't want that. I can buy him this headset that he can play those same 2D video games that he's playing
and you
on
won't
that TV.
See what they're playing, man. That's a
I mean, I hear you, but I'm just saying, it's like there's so many different reasons. And I think what my main goal, like my main point is I live in the Midwest United States. You would be amazed at how many people I meet on a daily basis, whether Quest is out there in the market, whether we have 100.
Oh, same here, of course.
Don't even know that it's a thing.
But those people will not be buying Frame. Come on, I don't think they will be buying Frame.
The way I
think
see
they'd be
it,
more apt to buy it if they were hardcore PC enthusiasts and hearing all of the bad stuff about Meta in the news lately. I mean, if I'm out there and I'm like thinking I'm going to buy my first, higher quality headset, and I'm hearing all this stuff, Meta's abandoning VR, Meta's getting out of and all of a sudden, well, why am I going to then spend that money for that? I can spend a little bit more money and go with an established company like Valve.
Man, I can tell you one thing. I am in a VR business. I'm selling headsets. This logic, what you're saying, is what we think people think. But when it comes for them to spend $100 more for anything, they will eat your brain alive to convince to buy something more expensive. You know what I mean? Like, I'm selling the most premium headset on the market, and obviously we have our audience, and they're buying it for the specific reasons. But there's a lot of people who are like, why would I pay $500 more if I can buy this? I'm like, I don't know where to start, but like, and you can't convince the people. You can't convince them. It's impossible.
Right. And it's the look, it's the leader. They're going to get a Quest 3. Okay. And they're going to play PC VR on it. And then they're going to start getting into forums. They're going to start getting in. They're going to watch podcasts like this. And then they're going to find out that there is better stuff out there. But
is Frame better than Quest 3 in terms of the hardware? I don't know. I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced either. The one thing that does convince me, unless I see it on Quest 3, is the foveated transport from
Quest 3
Steam Link Beta.
Quest 3 done it, or Play for Dream done it already for ages. So
Play for Dream, that's what I'm.
But Quest 3 can do it as well.
I've been using foveated transport in my Play for Dream for 6 months now.
Yeah, but Quest can do it as well.
It is really, really good. I mean, it is like, I feel almost as if I'm on a DisplayPort cable, wireless. So
Quest Pro can do it. Quest 3 cannot, but Quest Pro can do foveated streaming.
Quest Pro, right? Quest 3 cannot.
Quest 3 doesn't have eye tracking, but Quest Pro can do foveated
that's
streaming.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. See, so you still have some differences.
But
there.
It's a huge difference for us geeks. Okay, I agree. It's a fantastic thing. But for the normies, that's not a selling point. Like that, I don't think they're real. I don't think they will even understand what the hell it is. I
think it really comes. It depends on how close the headsets come in cost.
Okay, Brad, what
Yeah.
do you think? So you wanted to say something? What was?
Yeah, I don't know. I think Steam users will just buy it no matter what. I do think Valve does have that gunpowder thing you were talking about because it's like
Yeah.
with I was reading an article recently and you've been kind of seeing I don't want to activate you, Artur, but I've been seeing Tim Sweeney
Uh-oh.
start to make more negative comments about Valve and like he's getting more frustrated, I think, publicly because there's an article about how the Epic Game Store was giving away, I think it was New Blood or some game,
And it drove people to Steam.
and
Yeah?
it drove people to Steam that didn't give it away for free. They had it like on a sale or whatever, and then way more people buying it from Steam than just going on the Epic Game Store to getting it for free because that's the kind of just the power that Valve and the Steam presence has. And like I think stuff like that, I do think it'll just be people who I do actually think Valve does have the pull of anyone who's already a Steam gamer who, I mean, it's been 6 years since the index. Maybe they never bought Quest, or maybe they even did buy Quest, but they just love Steam so much they will buy it. No doubt.
Okay.
Will they be? And here's the other stuff that I think about as well. Um, because I agree. Like even me, I don't see myself stopping me using this headset and just abandoning it for Steam Frame. But I think what's more important for Valve is they're almost trying to do the Steam Deck formula where they have like kind of a really okay-ish baseline device, and then they tried to just develop the operating system to actually get the external partners
That I
like
agree.
Lenovo.
It will
Yeah.
age like wine. It will age fantastic, like a whiskey. It will age fantastically. It will,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like Lenovo's like one of the biggest partners that they've partnered with already for like making handhelds with Steam OS. Lenovo was gonna do the Meta headset before the Horizon
Lol.
third parties. Yeah,
Never
LOL.
happening. Yeah.
But I could totally see in like a couple years, maybe Steam Frame and the Steam VR OS or whatever develops to a point where they can go to Lenovo and be like, "Hey, do you want to make a high-end headset? We don't want to do it. You guys can do it, and you to have our Steam store and sell at a profit and everything." I think that's the kind of thing they're thinking of more in a long-term context.
What do we think in terms of the numbers? Okay. Do we think that Steam Frame will sell more than Valve Index or less than Valve Index?
Ooh,
Oh, that's tough. Yeah.
I'm not here to ask easy questions, brothers. You came to
I
a
don't
true
think I don't
podcast.
think it will sell more. Actually,
I
Okay.
don't think so either.
Okay, but
No.
that contradicts of what you guys are saying because the price will be cheaper. Hopefully. I mean, if not, it's
I think
disaster, but
headsets in general are just not going to sell as much as they used to during that time period. So that's
Okay.
one
I was
reason
gonna
why
say
I
that
think
the excitement, the hype of the launch of the index just isn't there, you know.
Okay, so
Because
okay,
all these better headsets already exist.
as well.
Exactly.
Yes, the competition is also there. So, okay, now listen to us, what we're saying here. On one hand, we're saying Steam Frame will cost less than Index. Again, we all
Yeah.
hope that it the fact, yeah. On the other hand, we say Steam people will love it, and Valve has the power to sell a lot of this because it's Valve.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, we're saying, wait a second, but it will sell less than Index, which actually didn't sell that much. I mean, it sold quite a bit, but
Yeah.
Index is not a groundbreaking, industry-changing headset,
Mhm.
right? So now what I'm feeling the contradiction here because if it will sell less than Index in numbers, then it's a small dent for Valve to even care about because how many Steam decks they sold? 10 million? Or how many Steam decks are there out there? A lot, right? Can anyone AI it
I think it
quickly?
was, yeah, 6 to 7 million, I think.
6 to 7,
or something like
which
that.
is a nice number, right? Which is a nice
Yeah.
number, and it's the best handheld, the most sold. Like I'm not talking Nintendo, right? But the sold handheld on the market. Very nice thing. I use it, love it. But if it will sell 1/10 of that, yeah, or 1/8 of that number, which could be realistic, that's for Valve. That's
Yeah.
and unless they have a very firm long-term plan like Apple does for their headset lineup,
Right.
unless they have that nailed down, it's risking to be another like meh, and then
Yeah.
that's what
Well-
I'm afraid of. And I hope I'm wrong. I'm just saying, like, if we are making these assumptions here with like 4 brilliant brains and we kind of came to the very similar conclusion, which we all agree about, then we are risking that it just, again, it will be like, and that's it. That's
I think one thing though that we've all overlooked with Index versus this launch, and we don't know what's going to happen with this launch as well. Ricola, I got my voice back. Is the half-life. I mean the half-life principle.
Oh, don't go there.
We had Alex drop with Index. So I mean,
they
that
didn't
was
announce any
huge.
game, and they said we're not playing.
And that's what I'm saying. So like if they were to shadow drop all of a sudden, like Half-Life 3, or I said it. Yeah, I said it. I said 3. So if they were to shadow drop that, or
disconnect
anything Half-Life related with that headset, made it another exclusive.
Yeah, they did. They will do Alex
VR
again.
Exclusive.
They just would.
Yeah,
they're doing Alex. They're bringing Alex standalone. They said maybe that they're working on it, right?
Maybe, that's what I'm saying. I was just saying it's like, but like give us something new like that, and that would sell the headset as well. So,
but I don't think they are going to do it. I don't think they're going to do it.
I don't think they are either. I'm just saying that's the factor we didn't think about with how many indexes were sold versus how many Steam frames. A lot of people really wanted to play Half-Life Alex on that headset.
Yeah, okay. I freeze in a hilarious moment. I don't know what happened to my. Do you see the same?
That's a great freeze, man. I love
it. This is the cover image. What happened to me? What the hell? Wait. What? I just want to say, I don't think they dropped the game with it, because if they would, they probably would. Like, if they withheld all this information until the actual launch of Steam Frame on purpose, this is like some 5D chess, okay?
I don't know.
Looking at the interviews they gave to influencers and YouTubers when they were interviewing them in the offices, those people, to me, brilliant people, love them, but they all looked scared. And I'm like, why are they so scared? It's an amazing device. Be excited. They're like, all like looking at each other, like,
how they're gonna,
how was this resolution here, and how do you do this? Okay, that's how I was. I was like, what's going on there? Like, what is? It's not ready, probably, but like, I don't know. Brad, you put too much pressure on Valve. They were pressured to release something. It's your fault. I said it.
Yeah, way to go, Brad. Yeah.
Exactly. That's your fault, man. And now we get expensive no game device with no hand tracking and freaking what?
When we find out it's a red herring, it's actually, this is just like a distraction to what they're actually making.
Oh my god, that would be 6D chess. That would be not 6D chess, but 6D chess. Yeah?
I do feel they had to land. They did have to land the plane. Like, this has been developed for so long, and
was it developed near at the same time when they started the Index? Did I hear that right?
they said a year. It started development a year before Index launched release.
And now, okay. I love Valve. Okay. I have some criticisms over them, but generally good company. Now, let's say Apple was developing Vision Pro for 9 years, okay? And Valve was developing Frame for 6 years. Now, I have to say, when Vision Pro dropped, it truly felt like a revolutionary device. Even if you compare to any company, it's so different in what it tries to do and how it does it, that everybody now tries to copy some of those things and elements of that. That's what I call a shadow development. You do this and then you drop the thing. Now, Steam Frame was developing for a long time, and now they drop the thing with like pico optics and no pass-through and hand tracking, and I'm questioning, like, what have you been developing? The operating system, probably. But still, like, come on, it's 6 years, a lot of money, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, like. And then you go in Shanghai and do the demo of the glasses, which can do like, you know what I mean? Like, where's the logic? That just a little bit of criticism towards Valve as well. Like, why? You have gunpowder. You can hire best people in the world. Freaking do it. It's doable. If Artur and Hypervision can develop optics which has edge-to-edge clarity and 130 degrees FOV with pancakes that thin. Listen, Valve can do it as well, right? I don't know. It should be possible. So, sorry, my rant is over. I'm still looking forward to that headset because of the operating system and the tinkering it will allow
Yeah.
And we'll see some cool implementations, some niche implementations, blah, blah, blah. I'll be doing all of that, and Brad will be doing all of that, and we'll be testing, and we all will probably be testing. But yeah, will it be a mainstream one? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be mainstream, but like I said, I
don't think it
don't think a lot of headsets are gonna be mainstream.
Do we think VR will ever be like PC VR, or not PC, but like proper VR, not AR, but will ever be mainstream?
Remember? I said this on stage.
Yeah,
There never will
I think
be.
I said it too. Yeah, I think we
Yep.
both
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
No, I don't think it'll ever be mainstream, but
AR
I
will
think
be,
we
but
will see.
not-
But
wider
how are we
adoption
getting
over
to
time.
Ready Player One through AR glasses? Are we layering Ready Player One on top of real world?
No.
Is that what's happening? Is that
No.
what's happening?
There's no experience with built-in value. Remember when we were saying before that like there's no game or like metaverse where it affects real life.
I was going to say, when it becomes the Oasis, when you can work in it, go to school in it, live in it, basically.
But
then
that's
it
AR.
becomes
What you're
viable.
describing is AR glasses overlaying the digital reality over the real reality.
I want to go
That's
to
what.
Planet Doom and go grind me some guns so I can sell on the market.
And I think that's what I got to earlier. That's where I want AR glasses that at the touch of a button can become VR glasses when I want them, and then back to AR glasses when I want them. And I think once we get to those bigger fields of view, I mean, next year we're going to see 70. Okay, so I've already seen it. I've seen 70 degree
70, 80 is
FOV
possible,
AR
doable,
now,
definitely
and it's
doable.
great.
Which is a lot already
When
for
we
AR,
get to
yeah.
90 and above,
136.
then all of a sudden now we have the ability to say, hey, it's AR, it's VR. We've got the same kind of field of view. We've got the same kind of resolution. Just all we got to do is just make it immersive. So,
But then
get the
honestly,
tracking
then
technology
I
better.
would say, as much as I would love to, like, I think PCVR, what we build in Somnium as a platform, is always going to be a niche. It's a growing niche, by the way. It's always growing, but it's a niche,
Yeah.
which is fine. But I think the true mainstream Ready Player One will not be like in the movie, but it will be lots of people wearing AR glasses on the streets, which can transform to partly VR, partly AR, overlaying with AI, overlaying digital things on top of the physical things. And that's how the Ready Player One will evolve, because you will be able to join anyone with persona. Like I might be in a Starbucks drinking coffee. You can just bloop, appear next to me with your persona and we can have a chat. And you would see, because of ghost and splatting, for example, in real time, you would be able to switch and see where I am, and I will be able to switch and see where you are. So we can have this like cross reality where the one headset will be showing me your part and you will be, and we'll feel like we're in the same place. We're like, holy shit, you are in Starbucks and I'm next to you in your Starbucks, because the ghosting splatting is like loading in real time to me and I'm in your place. And we're like, whoa, 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 that's amazing. That I could see as a Ready Player One experience where you can work and you can be wherever with whoever, anytime, with a lightweight pair of glasses, powered by phone or stand, whatever. It doesn't matter. But it might be that, because the true Ready Player One, how we saw that you strap the Tesla suit and freaking go in and you have this and that. I think this is a niche. Like, this will stay a niche.
Oh yeah.
People are far too busy.
Oh yeah.
There's one thing that we don't really speak about with AR, and it's going to evolve something incredibly annoying but amazing at the same time, and that is adverts.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, that's why you buy Apple. That's why you'll buy Apple headsets and you will not have any adverts. That's it.
Have you guys ever seen that?
And we're like, insurance? Do you have it? Like, what?
Yeah, we saw that
circling
video
a couple
on
of years
LinkedIn.
ago, but did you ever see the little meme online where the guy's walking down and like
Yeah,
everything's
yeah,
popping
yeah.
out of everything? It's like, no, I don't want to live in that world.
Yeah.
Now, I know somebody's already working on an X-Reel app where you can literally block adverts in the real world as you're walking around. So literally, like, you're walking around, you say, I don't want to see that billboard, and you reach forward, you touch the billboard, and it literally just puts a big blank with an X. And so you don't see that ad as you're walking
That's
through
why
your
you'll
day.
buy Apple glasses, because Apple will be, again, privacy-oriented thing, and they will not allow ads to target you inside their platform, because they will not have any information about you in that platform. You'll just deny all of the information, and that's it. So
I have a thought exercise that kind of goes along with this, because I think we're always talking about like the AR, optical AR stuff, and like everyone always feels it'll be mainstream someday. Who knows when? But like, what about pass-through AR? Will that ever become mainstream?
Oh, for me, it's the same. I think one of the
To me,
other
it's the same,
approaches it's the
Yeah.
same. I don't
Perfect.
distinguish both of them because I already experienced amazing AR,
Yeah.
pass-through AR, whether it's
Yeah.
New Lynx or whether it's Vision Pro or VR1. Like this AR is basically as close to what you can experience as possible. So for me, that's the same. Whether and it's just about implementation. Like
Right.
what will be easier to implement and how company will design to implement it. That's how it will go. And I think Apple still works on both approaches at the same time. I'm sure in the lab there
Yeah.
because they have a good understanding of to do the path through, and I'm pretty sure they have a good understanding of how to layer on top. And they might be waiting for good FOV waveguides or whatever that is, or they might be just saying, listen, let's not wait and just green light this development because with pass-through you can do better Vision OS implementation. That's where it comes. That's the meat, and I might see Apple doing that again, but I think both are in play. We don't know what they'll choose. It all depends on the technology advancements. And I'm fine. Like latency-free pass-through is fine.
Yeah.
Isn't it easier to do it where it's
It is. It is better. You can do more
easier.
with pass-through and easier than you can do with AR. You can do more with pass-through, and you can do much more mind-blowing things with pass-through faster than you can do it with a see-through. See-through is hard. Like really good see-through AR is freaking hard, man. It's hard. It's doable, but it's hard. So yeah, I'm all for pass-through. I have no problem. And it could be, honestly speaking, wearing Vision Pro. Sometimes I like 3 days ago, I almost leaned over to the window, which was hanging in the middle of my room. I was talking to my wife and I wanted to say something. And I was leaning towards the window, which was hanging in the middle. I was like, whoa, wait, whoa. And I'm a veteran, you know what I mean? Like you can't, and my brain was just tricked. I was like, what the heck? And my wife was like, man,
you love those little micro moments of presence.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. It's
I'm always like I'm always trying to pull up my little digital time
Same.
when I'm not wearing the headset. Like, holy crap.
Same. It's so funny. So yeah, it's happening. I think last question I want before we. By the way, this was lovely, guys.
Yeah, it was a really good one.
That was lovely. Such an great conversation and great pop up from Stan as well. Yes. Now I wanted to say something and I forgot. Not because I'm getting old, because too many thoughts in the head. Okay. No. What are you nodding there? I don't.
No, I was gonna say I understand that, dude. I
okay. Thank you.
I will be in the middle of a sentence and just go, "What was I saying?"
Exactly. No, I wanted to say something groundbreaking and I forgot. So probably was bullshit.
We were talking about pass through, yeah.
We were talking about pass through, but I wanted to say something earlier, and then my train thought just drive through the pass through to Ready Player One thing. And Don, you tried Tesla suit stuff. How was your experience?
I was gonna say I was gonna interject when we were talking at CES, but I didn't want to interrupt anybody. So yes, and thank you for setting that demo up.
My pleasure.
I have been so interested in trying the Tesla suit for so long, and I got a chance to meet with George. We got the demo set up, and I got to tell you, it was way cool. I mean, just way cool. Feeling full body experience.
Did you play Alex? Did you play Alex?
I did. No, I did.
Okay,
having a grenade blow up in front of you is like mind blowing. It's just like you feel it all over your body. And I gotta say, a side effect. I have a 3-level spinal fusion, so I used to use a lot of TENS to do muscle relaxing, and I felt better. That was the best time at CES I've ever had, because I went back to the show floor and I was like, oh my God, I feel so loose and I feel so good, just from wearing the suit and playing in it. So
I can say a few things about Tesla suit, why this demo matters this year than any other year. So Tesla suit, again, I'm on the board of Tesla suit and one of the main investors there. And Tesla suit has the goal of Tesla suit in general. We work, this is more of like industrial research thing, like lots of researchers. You don't even have clear idea how many institutes are working. I think there's more than 250 universities are working around the globe with Tesla suits today. There's military, there's research, there is lots of stuff. Yeah, training, medical, you can't imagine. But as me being on the board, I'm always interested in how do we get that to consumer level. And
yeah.
what gets me excited this year is that we were able to, number one, move the whole production to Czech Republic, to Europe, number one, while making suit more than 30% cheaper, okay?
Nice.
While upgrading the hardware of suit and the software of the suit, making better, and all of that in one package, and that's what the new suit is. I'm stunned and excited about what this year will bring to the Tesla suit, and Tesla gloves too. Tesla gloves are finally becoming black. Sorry, I had to intervene as a board member. I had to no gray gloves anymore. Okay, they gotta be black, and now they're black. Okay, now we'll do black gloves. And they look stunning. They look stunning.
Well, it was definitely eye-opening, Artur, and I tell you what, it was. I've been doing VR for a long time, and it takes a lot to take me down the rabbit hole, so to speak. And any building of like anything that can build up that presence for me and make me feel more realistic sensations. And I'm gonna highlight one sensation that was just mind-blowing for me in there, and that was when I was firing a gun in Alex, actually feeling the physical recoil of my
proper
arm.
recoil. I call it a proper recoil.
Proper recoil. I mean,
not a vibration.
It was
or
like
but
it was insane.
Recoil.
I couldn't imagine grabbing. I think you might be able to like the little M9 replica pistol that has real recoil. Then wearing the Tesla suit, firing that, feeling the recoil in your hand, feeling the recoil in your arm. It's just those little things that take us closer to presence. And and I think I can talk about that here because we've already talked about it. I'm a motion simulator gamer, really excited. I talked to George. Will be sending me a Tesla suit soon to test. I've got the H6 reality DOF reality simulator,
and you're getting VR1 Ultimate Edition to test as well.
I'm going to be doing that in a Somnium 1 XR1.
I mean, you'll be in heaven, man. You're getting
no. This is going to be the ultimate setup for sim gaming.
I'm telling you that I'm more jealous because I don't have a So I need to talk to the.
You need to come down to Missouri, my friend.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Yeah. The party in Missouri. I got two. I'm going to have like 2 motion simulators, 2 catwalks.
Okay.
I've got like a whole arcade building here in my little studio. So.
Nice. No, I want to say one thing, and I'll just like Tesla suit on the surface is a haptic suit. But there's so much underneath that people don't understand. I can tell you one thing: there are researchers who tested Tesla suit, and they I won't name the names and stuff, but Tesla suit, if set up correctly, because you feel sensations, but the sensations could be set up in a way that you don't even feel them, but your brain still registers them. Now, what that allowed researchers to do is they were able to make you feel nervous even without you realizing that they make you nervous by applying sensations without you feeling those sensations, but they applying because every sensation, even the smallest one, is the signal to your brain, and by combining those signals to the brain, they can make you feel things without you realizing you feel things. You understand? That's the power of Tesla suit of the future. Today it's like Tesla is the best research tool you can ever get for any haptics in any setting, like literally. And some researchers, there's publicized papers, pilots were able to land planes being completely blind by just feeling the sensations, and the plane giving them sensations, they were able to blindly land the plane. Think about it. That's crazy. So I'm just saying, Tesla suit has such a lot of potential, and that's why I'm so excited. I'm really blessed to be able to be, working with the company and combining those things together. It will take time. Listen, nothing is happening in one day, but if I'm, I'll have probably more gray hair by that time, but we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen. I'm a stubborn guy, I'm more stubborn than this guy. I'm telling you, I'm not giving up like this little dude here. The lizard. I'm not a lizard. Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Anyone has any postscriptum to say? How are we feeling generally? Pretty exciting, right?
I think one thing we should probably preface, because I think there's always confusion. We're talking about the mainstream thing. Just because people think that a certain technology isn't mainstream doesn't mean they can't be passionate or love it. So yeah. I just wanted to go back.
Amen.
Oh,
man.
God, yes. Look, man,
Amen, man.
I haven't been hanging out here waiting for VR to happen for 27 years if that passion
Wow.
wouldn't have been there, my friend.
Wow. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know.
It's as much as this industry has some pitfalls and some strange people and maybe some strange companies and whatever, in general, we all hope we will all succeed. The only wish I have is that everybody will try to succeed in a more organic and fair way, not trying to do some shady things, because when one company does a shady thing, it unfortunately affects every other company out there. And that's, my friends, is not good. So let's be all passionate, but let's be fair and honest with everybody and our consumers and people and ourselves and stuff. And then we will all be happy. You know what I mean? I'm happy already. I've as much as it's difficult, I'm happy that we have so many devices we can use, so many experiences. We have this 3D, 2D spatial photos, videos, boom, 180 live NBA thing, Tesla suit, treadmill, full body tracking. I don't know. Like, it's amazing.
I can honestly say 26 years ago when I got into this, Artur, I never thought we would be where we are as quickly as we are today.
Awesome.
And
that is
to
a
know
good
that we're
ending.
just at the beginning.
Yes.
It is mind-blowing that we are still not even there yet, guys.
If we zoom out, the progress is actually amazing. And the fact that we like sitting here with Brad and talking from Vision Pro and our faces don't look ridiculous, even though that's in my case that's true, but that's not
in
Vision
your
Pro fault.
right now. Is blowing me away.
Exactly. I think
You're fake. Look.
listen.
Wait, but are they fake or are we fake? Shodah? I don't know. You know.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I gotta leave it with that, so.
Exactly. Anyway, thank you, gentlemen, for coming. It was such a pleasure. I don't even know what kind of number of episode that was of Pixel Slaves. We are slaves to pixels, and we love to talk about XR. We will be here back next week, probably. And I know one thing for sure. One thing is for sure. And with that, I will end this show, okay? I can guarantee you one big thing. You will find 0 affiliate links below this video. Ha! Bye-bye.
I'm going to comment one, so there is technically one.
I was going to say, you're going to find one in there. You know?
I was going to say, code vrgamerdude. No, just kidding.
Okay, throw me one. I'll put it in. Okay. Did you stop recording? And now Shodah will tell, oh, sorry, I forgot to press record button.
Oh
Which,
my
anyway,
God.
it would be fantastic without it. It
That's
doesn't
okay, 'cause
matter.
I was late anyway.
Exactly. Did you manage to record it? It's all good? Okay. Moment of truth.
It's gone.